Namaste guys, I want to talk about the virtues of the zodiac. And those of you that are into astrology would know that you cannot limit yourself to one sign. If you are a Capricorn, you can't say, well, I'm a Capricorn and therefore I'm supposed to live a Capricorn life, or I'm a Virgo person and I'm supposed to act like a Virgo. Yeah, if you don't know astrology, you're going to do that. But if you are really into the occult, and I'm not talking about over the surface astrology like horoscopes, that are very vague, that say, well, tomorrow is going to be a happy day, and or tomorrow there's going to be a little bit of conflict, for Sagittarius. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people that really dig into astrology, and they find wisdom within every sign. Now, every sign is a part of your life, essentially, because you have 12 houses, and you have your natal chart is comprised of 12 houses, like I explained in my recent video, that every house signifies of a way that you're going to act in a certain aspect of your life. Okay, if let's say, for instance, you have a Leo in your MC, you're going to be very authoritative in the public life. You're going to look very authoritative, and you're going to act very authoritative in your public life. And if you have Aquarius in your private life, which is the opposite, you're going to be very detached in your home life with your family. Okay, so those are just different aspects. But when you really study astrology and you really get into it the way it should be studied, you will find that you could incorporate any virtue of every sign, the very personality of the zodiac, into your life, and you could be aware of it and act it out. I know a lot of people that, the majority of the people, they just see, videos like, Pisces woman or Scorpio man, and this is how they act. And yeah, that's the beginning. That's just like the first layer of astrology. And I don't even guess people's signs anymore, because for what? I used to be so good at guessing people's signs, but after a while, I just started to go to a whole new level, okay, of understanding. And usually when I guessed people's signs, I was actually guessing their rising sign, because the rising sign is the shell. And let me give you an example. I'm Jimmy Fallon. The other day I was looking at him like, man, let me see if I still got it. Let me see if I could actually guess his sign. And I said, I think he's a Pisces. Okay, I think he's a Pisces because his eyes are very detached. They're very dreamy. Okay, but I was wrong. He was a Virgo, right? But his rising sign, the shell that he was wearing, is a Pisces. So right there and then, I was actually reading his shell. I wasn't able to tap into his soul, and that's great, because that's the soul level that he's actually working on in this life. The objective of astrology is to incorporate and harness every single sign, okay, and master it. Take every single sign and master it. Do not say, well, the Gemini is the least favorite sign. I don't get along with that person, and I don't want to know anything about them. No, you have to. That's an aspect of yourself that you have to work on, that you have to, develop. Okay. And I've always, when I first started astrology, I was like, oh my God, Gemini is just like I just don't get along with Gemini. I realized that Gemini is where I'm heading at. My North Node is heading to the Geminis, heading to the 8th house, to my 8th house. And Gemini follows in my 8th house. So right there and then, I have to learn how to deal with A to B matters, because I'm so good at difficult things, but I'm not so good at short-term things, of easy things, like Gemini. Gemini is composed. Gemini resembles easy daily day task, from getting from point A to point B, communication. And I have trouble with that. I've always had trouble with communicating my inner thoughts. So I started to harness that energy. I started to practice talking, like I'm doing now. This is actually, this for me is practice. Doing these videos, to me, talking, has actually helped me develop my Gemini aspect in my chart, because I was so I was so into, faraway things, like Sagittarius. I was so into long-term projects, but I never focused on mundane things. So I said, I'm just going to, make a little bit of YouTube videos in regards to astrology, but also talking and exercising my Gemini power. And at the same time, I'm going to be, spreading knowledge, and you know, it's you kill two birds at the same time. So you cannot be discriminative towards a particular sign, you know. Our discrimination towards signs changes over time. I just want you to know. Because before I didn't get along with Geminis, and now I do. And now the problem is with Libra. So, you know, different types of phases in our life changes what we like and what we don't like. Like I said, our mind changes like every 6 months. So I hope this video helps, and I hope that everybody, you know, starts to master every single aspect of their life from now on, instead of, you know, discriminating a certain sign.